So Ian and Emily both had a graduation ceremony yesterday. Ian being in VPK, and then Emily, she's one of the twins, our twins, 19, and she graduated from her cosmetology class. And surprisingly, I've known this for a while, she was like top of her class, like #1 student in her class. She really went there to not play around. She tell us all the time how the kids are always playing around, and some of them have grants and stuff, and they're just kind of throwing it away. And she's like, I'm not here to mess around. She ended up getting a job recently. She's about to take her test to be licensed, and I think after that she's allowed to get busy, doing her thing at her job. I think now she's just like a receptionist for the time being. So anyways, my sister, their family, I'm at her house. They're doing their son's graduation today. The party or whatever, ceremony. And so she's like, hey, can you come over and basically babysit Dad while we're gone? I said, yeah. So Evelyn's like, well, I gotta pick up Ian at 1. So she's like, and you need to be there by 12:40, so why don't you go first, take your car, and then I'll just go pick up Ian, and then we'll head over to see your dad, just the three of us, basically. I said, okay. So I got here, and my sister's like, yeah, he's really tired. He's out cold right now. He's sleeping. No energy. Hasn't been eating, really. And, damn dog's been pissing all over my carpet. See, some of you guys thought I was overreacting. I bet. Damn dog's pissing all over my carpet. Andrea, better you than me. Love you. So, anyways, I said, yeah, I'll come over, So I got here, and she said that, and so I told my wife, I was like, I don't think you need to come, He's sleeping. He's out cold right now. She goes, well, I'm going to go to PetSmart. A couple things I need to get. And when I leave there, I'll ask you, if he's awake. So he did just wake up. Literally, while she was asking, hey, is he awake yet? I go, no, he's still sleeping. And then boom, he woke up. So I went in there, and I told him, I said, hey, Evelyn's with Ian down the street, and should they come by? He's like, no. He goes, no. He goes, I got, my brother's coming, my sister's coming this weekend, whatever. They're flying down, I think, for a day or two, and to see him. But he goes, your wife's friend, Rachel, she wants to come by. He goes, it's becoming a chore just to get out of this bed and walk 10 feet over to the bathroom, down the hall, across the hall right here. And I said, oh, okay. He goes, oh, and the medication, the pain medication, he goes, I don't know if my body's getting used to it or whatever's happening. He goes, but it's wearing off, quicker now. It's wearing off quickly. And he goes, between you and me, I'm just waiting to go. I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting to go. I said, okay. So he gave me some money. He goes, it's $80, give 50 to Emily and 30 to Ashley for something, for her camp, and Emily's as a little graduation present, $50. So I said, okay. So I gave him the 2015 Nissan Leaf. That was the first electric car I ever had. And I ended up giving that to him, maybe a year after keeping it. He had that thing for years. And then I got him a newer one, maybe 2 years ago, possibly. And maybe 2 years ago. And so he decided, well, I'll just keep both, so he kept both. But my sister's son, needed a car. He just got a job, so they ended up taking the blue car, the old one, and he's giving me back the newer one. He's like, well, you bought it, you bought it for me, so it's yours, do what you want. And he goes, if you're going to sell it, he goes, look, you did get it for me, and I feel like it's yours now, it was your money. He goes, but, there's basically 4 grandkids that, not including Ian, he's too little, but, there's, if you sell the car, the newer one, why don't you just give it to the money, split it, between it'll actually be 5 of them. My sister's daughter and son. Oh, I think he's listening to voicemail or something. And then my 3 daughters. So I thought, okay, if and when I sell it, I'll do that. But Evelyn was like, maybe we should keep the car. We seem to always need one extra one here and there, and I sold my truck. So I was like, yeah, and coming to think of it, I got to bring my Tesla in at the end of the month, the one that I drive. There's some kind of battery upgrade thing for if the cars get flooded or something. It's no cost. So I thought, okay, I'll schedule that, but I'll end up needing a car. I don't know how long that's going to take, a day or 2, I'm not sure. And I thought, well, at the very least, I'll hang on to it short term. But, I almost thought about bringing this phone in there, peek through the door. But I'm going, he's sitting in that hospital bed. He's laying on his right side, and now he's laying on his left side. His dog's down there under the bed, just sitting there. Started growling at me a little bit when I came in there. Mr. Protector, little tiny freaking Taco Bell dog, Pee-wee. And, yeah, so he's just like he's counting the days. And I just thought, they said maybe months. He's probably got months to live. And he's just gone downhill so fast. Like he said, he can't even get up and walk to go pee. Just the other day, I came here and got him, just a few days ago. I came here and got him Sunday. Today's Thursday, right? Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days later. I went and picked him up from here. He walked all the way into my car, drove him to my house. He got out. We walked inside the house. He walked up the couple steps on the back side of the house, sat down. A couple of my friends came over, and we were there for a few hours, talking and reminiscing, and stuff. Got some video and stuff. And again, 4 days later, today's Thursday, he can barely get out of bed. He's like, it's becoming a chore just to go pee, get up and go to the hallway down. And I said the hallway, it's about 10 feet out the door. Not even 10 feet from his bed, maybe 5 feet from the door. Very close to, the hallway's very short. So I'm just sitting in here going, are we days away? Am I days away? A week or 2? A couple weeks? A month? And I'm just sitting here going, he's alive. I can see him. I can talk to him. But when that day comes, that's when it all stops. Can't pick up the phone. Can't send him a text message. Somebody has sent me a card. And they said, Joe, I don't have your address. So I just scanned it, And I said, hey, thanks for that. I'll get it to him. So just a nice, thoughtful card. So I took pictures of it. And this was a few days ago, or maybe 2 days ago. And I texted it to him, my dad. I was like, hey, Dad, one of my subscribers sent you this card. Never heard, and he never replied. And I'm thinking, wow, he must just be that tired and whatever. Maybe he can't see his phone, he just can't even look at it. I don't even know. But at the same time, he doesn't need his phone very much because he's here at my sister's house, and most of the time it's probably my sister texting or calling him and back and forth. But whenever I would text him anything or call him, he'd, if he was sleeping, he'd call me when he woke up. But this time he didn't even reply to the text. So um, when he's up again, I'll probably say, hey, can you look at your phone? If not, I'll pull it up on my phone to show him. Just a nice, gesture from somebody. But you guys don't bother like sending me stuff. I don't want to have to sit here and, here's another one, Dad. Here's another one, Dad. Here's another one, Dad. I don't have time for that, And I don't know if he has the energy to even hear about it, to be honest with you, which is sad, but it is what it is. He's just, I'm ready to go. I'm ready. Just counting it down, like I'm ready to go. And, I think, did I mention? I don't think I did. Tori, that Tori had sent me a message. And the initial message, I don't think this has anything to do with my dad. And I'm like, how does she know? How did she know to send me this right now? I kind of needed to hear this right now at this exact moment. It's something else, not dad related. And I'm like, and she's like, I had to go search through my phone to find your name and text to tell you this. And then she said what she said, and I was like, how the hell did you send me this right this second? I needed to hear you say that to me right now, actually. It was crazy. But we started talking about my dad and stuff too. And she's, hey, tell your dad he's lucky. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't have, if I get out of this camera, it'll shut it off and I won't be able to continue the video. So to look at her text, or I'll just read it to you. But it was something like, tell your dad how lucky he is that he's getting ready to go experience something that like you and I can only dream of when it's our turn. It's his turn now, and we have a ways to go, so we won't be able to experience what he's about to go through. But it's incredible. He's gonna love it, And I said, all right, I'll tell him you said that, thanks. And we had a nice little chat back and forth on some things. And a very, very, very kind, loving lady Tori is. If she sees this, Tori, I love you. You're a very sweet lady. I can't wait to meet her one day. I know I'm going to meet her one day. Hang out and whatever. But just, she knows, she knows stuff. She knows future shit. John Teeter, the real deal. And maybe she'll tell me one day in a private setting how all this shit works. But she goes, even if I explained it to you, you wouldn't believe it. I'm like, try me, like I'd live for this shit. But she didn't elaborate anymore, So, and, not related to my dad, just like future stuff, So, on that note, I just figured I'd give you an update. I was just sitting here, and since Evelyn and Ian aren't coming, he's like, no, tell Evelyn thank you. I know she cares and her thoughts, everything. Tell her thank you, but he goes, I got company coming in a few days. I don't have the energy. And I'm like, okay. So I tell Evelyn, hey, he said sorry, but no, And she replied with a little sad face, to me. But again, it was just Sunday, and now it's Thursday. It's 4 days later. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. How's he going to be in 2 more days or 3 more days? So at least it's his family, it's his brother and sister, I believe, that are coming, and my cousin or his nephew. Maybe that's who it was. My nephew and his brother. I forget if his sister's coming. I thought she was, but yeah. So I don't know. I just figured I'd do a little update. Just been so consumed by everything here lately. I haven't done much. I haven't done much Patreon. I haven't done many videos. Like YouTube. Just kind of like the reality's kind of setting in. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to do anything right now. I just want to wait for my dad's life to end. Like that's all I'm focused on. did I miss anything? Should I do this? You know, Evelyn was like, oh yeah, if we come by today and Ian comes, I wonder if your dad can play with him, like maybe cards or cars or some little, it's just something easy for your dad. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. You know, so let me go first, you know. And then when I got here, nah, that ain't happening, you know. So anyways, I just thought I'd give you a little update while I'm just basically sitting here babysitting him, listening out for like an alarm or something on his machine or something. And just trying to talk quiet so I don't wake him up or bother him. So on that note, love you guys. Take it easy.